So many of you still don't understand why today is called Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday. And so many people went to church with their own palm branches. Now, you can see in your city, in your villages, anywhere you are, you will see people going to church with palm branches. Now, I want to explain to you why today is called Palm Sunday. But before that, happy Palm Sunday to everyone. My name is Evangelist Wisdom Ozemenam Ane, and in today's video, I am going to explain to you why today is called Palm Sunday. Now, first of all, let us look into the Bible to understand why we celebrate Palm Sunday, why we call today Palm Sunday. Now, let's go straight to our Bible. In the book of Matthew chapter 21, we are going to be reading from verse 1 to 11. Now, as they approached Jerusalem and came to Bethphage on the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent two disciples, saying to them, "Go to the village ahead of you, and at once you will find a donkey tied there, with her colt by her. If anyone says anything to you, and then the Lord needs them, and he will send them right away." This took place to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet. "Say to daughter Zion, the foal of a donkey." The disciples went and did as Jesus had instructed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and placed their cloak on them for Jesus to sit on. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, while others cut branches from the tree and spread them on the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and those that followed shouted, "Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heaven." When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred and asked, "Who is this?" The crowd answered, "This is Jesus, the prophet from Jerusalem in Galilee." Now, what is this passage talking about? This passage is talking about when Jesus visited Jerusalem. When Jesus, the entrance of Jesus into Jerusalem, what happened, what took place. Now, when Jesus was entering Jerusalem, there are so many things that happened. First of all, Jesus sent his disciples to go and get a donkey so that he can sit on a donkey. And what does it mean? That a king is coming. A king, you don't walk in a barefooted. It means that when a king wants to visit a city, that king don't just walk barefooted. That king climbs on a donkey, and the donkey carries him to that city as a king. So when Jesus wanted to enter Jerusalem, he asked the disciple to get a donkey. That donkey belongs to someone. But Jesus said, "Go and get me this donkey. If the owner asks you, 'What do you want to do with my donkey?' tell the man that the king, the owner, needs it. The owner needs it." And some people will like, why is Jesus the owner of that donkey? Jesus is the owner of that donkey because everything in this earth belongs to him. Everything in this earth belongs to him. Now, when the disciple gets the donkey and Jesus sat on that donkey, when a king or president or anybody that is in a hierarchy wants to enter an event, there is something that happens. You will see people spraying rugs on the floor so that the person can walk on that rug. The person will not enter into that event barefooted, matching his feet on the floor. The person will enter that event walking on that rug. This is exactly what happened when Jesus wanted to enter Jerusalem. People began to spread their clothes, branches of tree, branches of palm tree on the floor. Now, this Palm Sunday that we use branches of palm tree as a symbol of what happens then. A symbol of what happens then, to remember how Jesus entered into Jerusalem. How Jesus entered into Jerusalem. To remember that Jesus is a king. Jesus is a king. So now, why we celebrate Palm Sunday is because we are remembering when Jesus entered into Jerusalem. We are celebrating Jesus as a king. As a king. We are telling people that Jesus is still a king. That is the more reason why we celebrate Palm Sunday, is to show people that Jesus is still a king, because everything about Christianity is about Christ. Everything about Christianity is about Christ. Why we go to church, why we do all kind of activities we do, is to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. Everything we do in Christianity is about Christ. So whatever we celebrate it for Christ. We celebrate it to tell people that Christ is still in existence. We are in Easter period. And why do we do Easter? We do Easter to remember the sufferings of Jesus Christ. When Jesus was crucified, when Jesus was betrayed, when Jesus died, when Jesus resurrected, the sufferings of Jesus and the victory of Jesus. That is why we celebrate Easter. So today, as Palm Sunday, I am going to still talk about Easter on Easter Day, because all the things we do in church is not ceremony, normal ceremony. It's a remembrance, it's a symbol, it's a remembrance. It's a remembrance, the sufferings of Jesus, the victory of Jesus. Jesus as a king. That is what we do. So today, that is Palm Sunday, always remember in your heart, in your mind, that the reason why we celebrate Palm Sunday is to remember that Jesus is still a king. That Jesus is still the king. I don't know how you see this Palm Sunday. I don't know how you imagine it. I don't know the way you positioned it. But what I'm telling you is that why we celebrate Palm Sunday is to remember that Jesus is a king. Is to show people that Jesus is a king. So today, as you are hearing this message, always remember that Jesus is a king. Always remember that Jesus is a king. Always remember that Jesus Christ is a king. He's also a king. Let's have it at the back of our mind that Jesus is a king. That is the whole message of Palm Sunday. That Jesus is a king. In that place we read in the book of Matthew, the Bible said that people were shouting, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. What does it mean? People were praising him as a king, entering into their city. People were praising him as a king, entering into their city. So, Jesus Christ is a king in your family, a king in your life, a king in your situation, a king in everything. So, anytime you pass through a lot of challenges in your life, if you remember that Jesus Christ is a king, you address him as a king, and he will answer you as a king. He will answer you as a king. A king never overlook his subject. A king never overlook his subject. So as long as Jesus is a king, we as the subject, he will never overlook us. He will always be there for us. He will always protect us. Every king always protect his subject. Every king always fight for his subject. So remember in that situation you are today, that you have a king who is Jesus Christ. I hope you understand this message this morning. And if this message bless you and you understand what Palm Sunday mean, please share more light on the comment section. And don't forget to share this video so that it will bless others. God bless you.